Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, it's David here and welcome back to another Atlas news video. Before we get into the swing of things, I do want to say thank you all so much for the support. The channel has been doing very well. We're very healthy right now and I have a lot more content coming on all the games that were just announced by Atlas, so it's gonna be a blast. We're aiming for 20,000 subscribers before the end of 2023. Big goal, but it's feasible. So if you want to stay up to date on all things in terms of Atlas, SMT, Metaphor, FeMC, make sure to subscribe, ring that notification bell as well, and a thumbs up helps people find the show. It is a big help if you like the video, of course. Now let's get into it. So for this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to describe some new information that just came out, which caused a lot of controversy in the community for Persona 3 Reload, the remake of Persona 3 that was officially announced yesterday during the Xbox Game Showcase. For that content, we'll talk about content that is actually missing from Persona 3 when it comes to the FES version of the game, and sadly also the portable version of the game. So we'll look at that, and then I absolutely want to tackle the elephant in the room, which is platforms for release. Now obviously there is a lot of people hoping the game will come out on other platforms than Xbox and PC, so we'll talk about that today. I do have some evidence to look at for sure. Let's get into it. So in terms of the content, what happened is an IGN started an interview here with Ryota Nitsuma, the producer of Persona 3 Reload, and also with Wada, director of course at the Persona team. And basically what was said, you can see it on screen in terms of the interview, they're going to do a faithful remake of the Persona 3. I say the because I'm talking about the original version of Persona 3. This is the version that they're remaking. There will be text available in 13 language, which is great. And of course, yesterday a bunch of voice actors came out and told us that they are doing a certain role. That's right, the English dub is a full recast for Persona 3, which to me, that is exciting. It proves it's a very big project. Now sadly, in that interview, they did say that there will not be content from FES and from portable in Persona 3 Reload. That's all they said, and the way that they phrased it makes us wonder, is there going to be nothing from these games, or is there going to be new stuff? Is there going to be some of the content in FES, but some will be lacking? For example, I'm thinking maybe we get the social links from FES, the new ones, but maybe we don't get the answer. In terms of portable, maybe we get some of the soundtrack, but not the female main character, because that's right, sadly, I don't think Kotone or FeMC is going to be in Persona 3 Reload. A lot of people are crying about that on Twitter. It's social media. I know it's not the majority of people. If you ask me my opinion, it's a bummer. I wanted this game to be a complete version of the game. I clearly said that in my discussion video from Saturday with King. Make sure you check that out if you want in-depth thoughts. But I think it's a bummer. I'm not gonna cry about it. To me, it's not the end of the world. Everything else about P3 Reload looks fucking awesome and I'm here for it. Sorry for swearing, I'm still very excited from the reveal. So that is pretty much the information that we have for now. Definitely more to come. Now in terms of the platforms, as you all know, for now, the game is confirmed for Xbox One, Xbox Series platforms, and it will be on sale through Windows Store on PC with, of course, Game Pass Day 1. No other platforms are confirmed. As I said during my discussion video last Saturday after the game leaks, Persona 3 Reload is going to launch on other platforms. You can take my word for it. It is going to release on other platforms. Please believe me. Right now, we only know of these platforms that I mentioned because this announcement by Microsoft is embargoed. So what that means is that Microsoft paid, or there's some type of deal between Microsoft and Atlus for the exclusivity of reveal. And that is applicable to all three games. It's applicable to Metaphor FeMC, it's applicable to Persona 3 Reload, and to Persona 5 Tactica. What I mean by the announcement is embargoed, it means Atlus, platform holder like Sony or Nintendo, are not able to confirm if these games are coming to their platform yet because there's an embargo. When the embargo lifts, they will be able to say it, which means that at some point during the week or in the next week or so, we don't know how long the embargo is. Generally speaking, it's between 24 and 72 hours from my experience. There will be tweets from potentially Nintendo of America or Sony PlayStation saying, hey, this thing's coming out on all platforms. Same thing for Atlus. Atlus will tweet and will say, hey, Persona 5 Tactica, it's coming out that date, and it's also coming out on Switch, PlayStation, everything. They're gonna update their sites and everything. It will be on other platforms. Don't worry, y'all. I'm very confident about this. Now, we don't know the length of the embargo, and I'm gonna do a shameless plug real quick, but if you wanna know exactly when the game is releasing on other platforms, or at least when the announcement of these games coming to other platforms will be, ring the notification bell because I'll be covering that here on the channel for sure. Hey, just look at Persona 25th Anniversary. The ports of Portable, Golden, and Royal, those games were announced exclusively for the same platforms as Reload, Tactica, and FeMC last year during the Xbox Game Showcase. During the first few days, we were all worried. We were like, what the hell? And then Sony came out and said, hey, those games are all going to be on PlayStation 4. And then Nintendo came out during their partner showcase. Hey, all those games are going to be on our system too. This is what happened last year, guys. It's gonna be the same thing this year. I promise it's gonna happen. I'm that confident. I believe the same thing will at least happen for P5 Tactica and P3 Reload. I think both these games, fingers are crossed, they're going to release on PlayStation and Nintendo as well. In terms of Metaphor Refenesia, I think it could be next gen only, meaning that it could be PC, Xbox Series, and PS5 only. We'll have to wait and see though. For now, nothing is confirmed. There's something else that we can look at that is very interesting. Mr. Saul Romano. Maybe you heard of him before because he is the founder of a big news outlet called Gematsu. He had this to say on Twitter. Don't forget that Gematsu confirmed that a Persona 3 remake was in the works a few weeks before it even leaked. So they have information on this project, they have a source that is very reliable at ATLUS, and Mr. Romano pretty much told us, hey, don't worry, y'all. In 72 hours tops, you'll know if those games are coming out on other platforms. I believe him, and I share the same opinion as him, although I don't have insider knowledge. And of course, I also talked about a Spanish retailer called Extra Life. Extra Life initially had physical editions of Persona 3 Reload on all platforms listed on their site. Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series. The site updated, and now they have all those versions still up, and they also have all versions on all these platforms of Persona 5 Tactica, and they do have Metaphor Refenesia only for Xbox Series and for PS5 up on their site. I did a little bit of research. Turns out this retailer has a lot of crust on their site. I would not take them as a reliable source. For example, they have Metroid Prime 3 for Switch as a placeholder in case it gets announced. My bet is this publisher doesn't really know what's up, and they put up listings if they think something's gonna happen. That's what I'm thinking. Hopefully they're onto something though, because I would really like to see these games on all platforms. But what do you guys think about the information that we discussed today? Whether it's the Persona 3 Reload controversy or the news and my little bit of research about platforms for these games, make sure you ring the notification bell, guys. I will be here with another ATLUS News episode. As soon as this embargo lifts, we'll talk about platforms. And finally, we're bringing back the Demon Appreciation Podcast to talk about all these news tomorrow, Tuesday the 13th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be joined by 3 friends of the channel, so it's going to be very fun. Make sure you tune in for that. Thank you for watching, y'all. Have a great week. Bye.